Hello, hello, Ultimate Wellness Tribe. Today I'm speaking with Rob Besner, Chief Science Officer, device developer, and co-founder of Therasage. Rob is widely recognized as a leading scientist in the field of integrated infrared technology, and Therasage is the gold standard of natural healing and infrared therapy. The company combines cutting-edge science with the principles of holistic healing to support detoxification, pain relief, improved circulation, and overall wellness. And I am beyond excited to have Therasage as a sponsor and Rob Besner himself as the featured keynote speaker at the upcoming Ultimate Wellness Conference at Faena Forum in Miami Beach on September 26th through 28th. Please join us to explore all biohacking technologies at the expo, learn from the top experts on holistic health and leaders in longevity industry. And of course, immerse yourself in the fascinating, transformative wellness experiences from breathwork to meditation to sound healing with the orchestra. Hi, Rob. I am thankful that you support our Ultimate Wellness Conference, and thank you for joining me today. I have prepared a few questions to you.
Wow. Well, first off, let me tell you, it's so great to see you.
Thank you.
It's really a pleasure to be in front of your community. And we pledge our continued support to the message that you give. Mm-hmm. You're one of the early adapters that stepped out into this arena.
I remember when first time I knew about Therasage, the leading technology, like flagship technology, was the sauna. Then you introduced some other new technologies. For example, it was very interesting for me to see your new cold plunge, which is, cold plunge now is very popular and many biohackers do this, but you amplify this cold exposure with the 3-time patented water structure technology. So you structure the water and the cold plunge becomes like the plunge which gives better results, as I think.
Yeah.
And then you introduced recently some smaller devices, red lights, gloves, face mask, cap, for those who are looking at home solutions. I think it's always about how we can easy use it at home, right?
Yes, affordable and portable.
Yes.
Easy to work into your lifestyle.
Being a pioneer at this very fast industry, biohacking, longevity industry, and trying to combine and trying to bring together this cutting-edge science and holistic health principles of natural healing, how it all comes together, and what actually inspired you to start Therasage?
Wow. Okay, to get started, way back when, and we're one of the companies, like I want to say one of the original companies in harnessing full spectrum infrared frequencies. So we were on the vanguard and still are on the vanguard of the evolution of energy medicine, which I believe is actually the new way. As we evolve, we'll become more, the communities, even mainstream, will become a lot more aware of the subtle energies in nature and how important they are in creating a healing platform for the body and one that is sustainable. We got started because my oldest child, Julia, around 27 years ago, contracted chronic Lyme disease. We found the best Lyme doctor in the US at the time, and still probably is considered the best, Dr. Joseph Bioscano. He was located in New York, and we lived down here in South Florida. And so we would go up, and he would give, protocols, and then we don't have what we have today, virtual medicine. So we had the main Lyme literate doctor in New York, and then we had a corresponding doctor in Florida, and then because Lyme mimics many other diseases, we had a pain doctor, we had a psychiatrist, we had a many entourage of practitioners, all prescribing medications. I'm kind of a naturopathic, holistic practitioner. And so the allopath, the MD approach, using pharmaceuticals and using different kinds of antibiotics really wasn't my main way to go, but it was the highest top level accepted protocol for Lyme disease back then. And so even though we contracted with that practitioner, I took my own route. And so I became my daughter's nurse in Florida using all the protocols that the medical doctors had given us. I was the way I administered them to her, for her. And then I started to study the way that she was, her symptoms, the way she was expressing herself. And she had some cognitive, mental challenges, she had pain challenges, and she had what I considered high levels of toxicity and inflammation. And so I focused on toxicity. I did a deep study on like the best ways to detoxify. And I discovered, this is 27 years ago, that there are wavelengths of sunlight that are so powerful, natural. You can't see them, you can't hear them, you can't smell them, or taste them, but they affect your body physiology. And that's the infrared spectrum. And so we were the first company to actually develop infrared devices that you could bring them into your home and people can use them to help improve their health. At that time, 27 years ago, infrared was only being used in healthcare by sports medicine doctors to help injured players lower their pain and to get healed faster to get back on the field to play. And so I organized a trip to China. I interviewed 65 factories over 3.5 months, picked a few to work with, and just started developing devices for personal use, which really turned out to be because all the Lyme literate doctors and practitioners that were surrounding Julia that had 100%, their practices were filled with cancer, Lyme disease, infectious disease challenges. They saw her results were so incredible that they asked for us to start to make these devices for them. And that's how we got started. We didn't have venture capital. We didn't have a business plan. My wife and I are co-founders, and we still own our company 100%.
And what was the first product?
Device. The very first one was actually the first generation of healing pads. Those were the on-body experience.
With stones inside,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I have it at home.
And we have some new ones that we're going to show today.
Okay.
The second one was the sauna.
This infrared sauna is one of the first products which Therasage introduced, and it's still flagship product, and it's still one of the most famous products, well known from Therasage, because if you think about Therasage, everybody would say that it's sauna first of all.
Yes.
I know, because we know the community, and I know that many biohackers like this sauna because it's very convenient, and as you say, it's affordable, portable, easy to use at home. At all expos, it's always there, at all biohacking expos, and we are going to have, of course, all Therasage devices featured at the expo at our upcoming Ultimate Wellness Conference at Faena Forum in Miami Beach on September 26, 27, 28. Please join us to try firsthand and to explore all devices personally. But now I want to know what exactly is the sauna, what is inside, and how it supports detoxification, pain relief, improved circulation, and overall vitality. Please tell me more what it does.
Well, as you said, we basically have two main approaches to harnessing full spectrum infrared, which is a spectrum of sunlight. And Albert Einstein in the 1940s did actually a study on sun energy and how it affects all the life on the planet. And he said that everything in the world has a frequency.
Sure.
And also that without infrared, there'd be no life on the planet as we even see today in both plant kingdom and animal kingdom. So that's how powerful.
Yeah.
Infrared is responsible for warming 82% of the Earth planet.
And the rest?
Comes from other wavelengths and so forth, you know?
Okay.
But now, so this is the Thera 360 Plus infrared sauna. It's complete. It comes with a carrying case and weighs about 24 pounds. It has our patented tri-light system inside, which is a special LED that has 3 wavelengths in it, 1 red light and 2 invisible near frequencies, as well as full spectrum panels all around. It in less than 15 minutes, it'll go from room temperature around 72 degrees up to 140 degrees. So when you compare this format, portable format, with the traditional wooden saunas that may take an hour or more to warm up to that temperature.
Yeah.
This will go up to 170. Now,
Yeah, this is one of one more reason why it's so convenient, because as you said, we need to go somewhere to traditional saunas, spend there up to 1 hour to have results, and here you have it at home, and at any time in the morning, in the evening, you just use it for 10-15 minutes and it gives you the same results if you would go to the traditional sauna for 1 hour, correct?
exactly.
Yes.
And we are different than other companies because we are medical and clinically based, meaning that we actually test all of our devices in the laboratory. We also are guided by FDA. So our devices are listed as Class 2 medical devices with FDA. And so we did that because many of our associates, ambassadors, they're medical practitioners. We have 10,000 practitioners that advocate for our devices.
They
So-
are affiliate managers as well?
Yeah, so they
Okay.
bring them into their practices, they use them in their practices, they dispense them to the public from their practices. And then,
Yeah, it actually was my next question. As a naturopathic practitioner yourself, how do you suggest to implement these technologies in the holistic wellness protocol, in the holistic wellness approach, and which devices are must have? I would
well,
say.
this is one of my
This is one
principles.
of the-
I like it, I fashion it like a wagon wheel, and the sauna is the hub of the wheel with the spokes being
Okay.
other hacks that you can bring into that experience. So you sit in sauna, it takes about 8 minutes for your body to absorb the frequencies to start what we call a physiological event, things happening. And then so usually the treatment times are around 30 minutes, okay? And then the average temperature is about 130 degrees, which is approximately 32 degrees warmer than your body core. So we can raise your core temperature. We can improve circulation, which is one of the best modalities in order to get your blood flowing faster. You're bringing more food, nutrition, or whatever's in your blood, the resource there.
Metabolism improves.
Yeah, so you actually get a dietary or a shrinking, like a weight loss effect too, as a side effect, positive side effect.
Yeah. Sauna always was one of the treatments for weight loss and weight
Yeah,
management.
and
It's
then
always
sweating
was
is
sweating.
one of the best detox pathway to get your poisons out.
Yeah.
And so infrared frequencies create a bioresonance, which is a vibration. And that vibration is on the inside, and it kind of shakes loose all the poisons that are stuck in your body.
Does
and
it go inside to the cells?
Yeah.
These vibrations?
Yeah.
So they penetrate inside the
Yeah,
cells?
it goes.
So it's actually, can we say that this is the way to detox on cellular level?
Correct.
Okay.
It's one of the best methods, efficient methods to detox on a cell level. And part of our theory and research is that we get sick on a cell level and we heal on a cell level.
Yeah,
So
and
anything we can do
longevity
to
starts from cells.
and that's sustainable. It's not just a quick fix. This is something.
Yes, everything. There is no quick fix.
Well, but in 30 minutes, think
yeah,
about
I
that.
mean, yes, but we need to do it constantly. Like we need to perform the sauna at least, I think, 3 times per week.
Yeah, and
This is
actually
my
Dr.
opinion.
Rhonda Patrick has done studies to show that 3 times a week will decrease all reasons for death or mortality, morbidity by 40%. And if you do it 5 times a week, you can lower the possibility by almost 70% of getting any kind of disease. So you're looking at an inexpensive way to stay healthy and maintain your health and well-being, not just for today, but also for for the long term,
How
sustainable.
many doctors now suggest this sauna?
Well, we have more than 10,000, but I think
10,000.
there's more than that. But
so
you know,
now you see like healthcare improves, and now many
oh my God, yes, in a very short period of time.
integrative doctors that they suggest these technologies to support, and they do something more than just prescribe like allopathic medicine, just medications and everything. So now it becomes better, and we switch from disease care to preventive medicine, prevention.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's the most important, so that we recognize that these devices can really support our holistic health.
But you know this growing up, like in the
Yeah.
Ukraine, in the Baltic states, and Sweden, many of those areas, as a culture, they go to sauna every day. They sit in sweat lodges. They have community
Yes.
gatherings, right?
Yes.
But in the U.S., this is all new. This is having it as a lifestyle choice is new. But yet here it is, there's many cultures on the planet that have grown up with sauna being an everyday event. It's not anything new. But
Yeah, actually, I noticed that many interventions that are very usual for my, let's say, yeah, my community back there in Ukraine, like eating soup,
Yeah.
like going to sauna, which is normal, like we do it, like it's common for everyone. And here it's like opening the America when they say, oh, we now know that soup is really healthy food. Yeah,
Yes.
we have been known this for centuries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what my hopes are as an educator and as a device developer, is not just to teach the parent, but the parent to get the sauna and this kind of technology in their home.
Yeah, biohacking for families. You know, at this year Ultimate Wellness Conference, we will have Kids Lounge.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes. Centener Academy supports us with their classes, and they will provide educational and engaging, entertaining, and really transformative classes for upgrading brain, concentration for children.
Fantastic.
So families can join us, and they can be sure that their kids educated and introduced to this wellness in the best way possible.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
fantastic.
yeah, we kind of start focus on explaining the same that you just said, that it all starts from education, and very often that education needed to be provided in families.
The thing that you're doing is, it's not just the education, you're showing people the experience. You're
Yes.
bringing the devices there. People can touch them, people can go in, they can experience it. They can then have a better understanding than just what they see on the internet or what they hear from their friends.
Yes.
And
You know, the children, they're like sponge. They just absorb everything and then apply in their everyday life. And the more we educate them, the more we empower them with this understanding what is really good for their health, then they can do their choices. Because there is always will be some place with junk food, but they can choose what to eat and what not to eat.
Yes. Yeah, and so the other features, the materials are natural.
Oh, okay.
So they're bamboo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
natural
that's cool.
bamboo. And it comes in both the white or the black jacket, but the theory behind it and the actual medical application, health they're both the same. It's just cosmetic, which one looks better in your home. There is a grounding mat, so you get the earth energy coming up. There are gemstones inside that we farm from a blue zone on Earth, which people live to greater than 100 because of those natural energies.
Really?
We have
I didn't
no
know.
we have no electromagnetic fields that come off of our devices, and that's super important because basically they prevent our body from receiving all the beautiful frequencies of nature. So,
Okay, so this sauna protects from EMFs when
it-
the person inside.
well, it has no EMF itself.
There's no, okay,
and
it
will-
doesn't add EMFs.
It do-
but
no.
if we already have some EMFs inside the room, they will
Yeah,
be there.
it'll prevent that.
It will protect.
It'll protect.
Oh,
It'll
cool.
also, when we are outside and we have 5G network and we're immersed in EMF, it'll store in our cells. So sauna will not just detox poisons, it'll also detox EMF.
You know, I know that EMF detoxification goes together with heavy metal detoxification, because the more heavy metals we have, toxic metals, because some heavy metals, they're good for us.
Yes.
We are talking about those toxic metals, mercury, arsenic, cadmium, and
Lead.
yeah, the more those toxic metals we have in our cells, the more we attract EMFs.
Yes.
It's very logical because these metals, they attract fields, these
and
electromagnetic fields.
also they conduct the field, so they bring it from one cell to another.
Yes. They, yeah, probably you explained it. It's more correct way, not attract, they conduct. Yeah.
Yes.
So they once the EMFs penetrate inside, then they go freely through these heavy metals, toxic.
And they also upset the signals from your nervous system, which is also electrical. So imagine if you're a high performance athlete and you're immersed in EMF. then your brain can't get all of the signals to your muscles to actually do the same kind of work or be as quick as you could be. And so EMF protection is going to become even more important moving forward.
To the detoxification from EMFs, it's always good to support it with the sauna as
Correct.
well, because it will improve circulation and detoxification, and and I know that people experience some symptoms when they detox from not obviously from toxins, but even from EMFs.
Yes, that's correct.
They experience this kind of symptoms like even fatigue.
Yeah. But you know, when you start to pull the EMF out, and if you can control in your homes the EMF exposure, then you're going to find you'll have a much more restful and restorative sleep, which is very important, because that sleep will give us the energy to basically fight another battle in the toxic world the next day. If you have a chronic ailment and you get a better night's sleep, that gives your body a chance to restore and boost your immune system. So sleep is really important, and sauna will improve that.
It's good to do sauna before sleep, right?
Well, I like it best for detox. I like it first thing in the morning, because then
you
we're
move around.
Also we're resetting our circadian rhythm to be in the same sequence as natural. Like, so our ancestors, Buddha, Jesus, Moses, those days, we lived in caves and on tents and on the land, and we woke up to the sunrise. We didn't have an alarm clock then, you know? So in the modern world, we actually need to constantly be communing with nature and getting on the nature cycle. And so using this first thing in the morning, if your schedule could permit, would be great. But you know what? If you have this at home, you don't just have to do it in the morning. If you did it an hour before bed, not for like a full half-hour session, but maybe only 10 minutes. We've proven in laboratory with heart rate variability technology that it will actually shift your brainwave into parasympathetic, which means it calms you down. So anyway, this is a really great, inexpensive way to stay healthy, not just for the parents, but also for the children. All ages can use this. Inside the sauna, we have this tri-light system, which I mentioned earlier. We have 2 of these inside there. And the ones that we sell independent in this box, same technology. We call the curve because there's an element in here where you can actually shape it. And now, if you want, you can actually, if you put it over your face in the morning, like my wife does, it'll improve blood flow and will also produce natural collagen. So you won't need Botox or fillers.
But it will be much more convenient with your face mask. I know that your face mask has specific straps to hold it on your head. And it's much more convenient because you can move around.
So this is just, that's right. And I brought one with, and we'll have a chance to show that shortly. But in fact, this is a really great technology. It comes inside the sauna. You can buy an additional power cord. So if you buy sauna, you can pull these pads off because they just Velcro in. And then you can use them on your body. You can use them to improve your brain function. So there's many great technologies here in this particular pad. And we use the tri-light bulb in all of our red light applications because it's truly a very unique invention that harnesses these 3 wavelengths, so we deliver 3 times the amount of light energy into your body, into your cell. And that we measure, it's called emissivity, which is 98.9%, almost 100% of the light that when you put this right on your body will go into your cell. And that's what's really important with this particular tech. And then we have the TheraPro, which is a healing pad. It has 6 different kinds of biohacks all in one pad. So this was the 2nd generation. What you had and you talked about earlier is the jade stone pad. And I brought an example of that with me today too. And that was really great, full spectrum, natural jade stones that collect the infrared and bring it right into your body.
It's really good for pain relief.
Exactly. And that'll go up to 134 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, it's listed with FDA as a class 2 medical device. So we've gone through third-party testing, not just what I see in my laboratory, but also what a independent agency will test our pads. And I say that because the doctors need to know that in order for them to be able to advocate for the products, but also people are a lot more comfortable to know that there's an agency, the top certification agency in the world, FDA, that stands behind our products. So we have the TheraPro. It has full spectrum infrared, like the Jade Pad. It has 5 different stones. Okay, so I'm going to open it up. So after you take it out of the box, it comes in this carrying case, like that. So it's very easy, and you can see the size of it. You can actually put it inside your travel suitcase.
Yeah.
And we do travel with both the Trilite and this one. We go to many of the different conferences and expos to present. So again, I'm just showing you how it comes out of the case so you can feel the experience that you'll get when you come to as a customer. Here is the controller, and I'll show you how that works shortly. These are another feature, one of the features is that we have actually microcurrent, so a TENS unit on board. So this plugs into the unit, these paddles go on your body, and you can bring microcurrent across your body to enhance blood flow and pain relief. You simply just slip it out of the bag. This comes in 2 sizes. So this is what we call the regular size. And if you notice that on the back, there is normally there'll be a strap that you can actually put it right on top of your chair. Okay, so we have natural gemstones in here. So I don't know how closely you can look for this, but there's 5 different gemstones: natural jade, there's shungite, there's let me see, rose granite. There's also,
and each stone has its own frequencies.
Yeah, and they have properties. And then we have red light that's here. And then there's also PEMF, so we're pulsing frequencies. And we've taken a different approach to PEMF. So what we've done with that is that we actually have curated 8 different wavelengths, and we just pulse those. So everybody else in the PEMF industry, they pulse what's called full spectrum, and so they give you all the frequencies, and some of them, Julia, are not so good for you.
Yeah, there are a lot of talks around these PEMF technologies, and many people say that they don't feel good when they're on PEMF mats, especially when they're very powerful. You know, that especially expos, biohacking expos, very powerful PEMF beds, they actually even sometimes painful.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially for females.
Our devices are safe.
Yeah, this is very important because PEMF is a very tricky technology.
If it's too powerful,
it
should be in clinic, and a doctor should give it to you. This is 1,000 Gauss, which is powerful enough to give you a really good result, but not too strong that you could hurt yourself. And we have the paddles inside here. And what I did was I found 8 different wavelengths, and I just pulse those. So 2 of them will slow your brain down and calm you down if you're anxious.
We can adjust the temperature. We can adjust, of course, time and tense, how intense the
So
PEMF.
there you just click on it and you can do P1, P2, and so forth. So the first 2 are good to slow your day down and you're anxious. The other 2 actually go the other way. So if you're a competitor or you're getting ready for a focus or a presentation, you can actually stimulate your brain to be more focused. Then P5 through 8 are for pain, from acute pain to chronic pain.
So it's actually 9 modes of PEMF.
Correct.
So it's not like you turn on PEMF and this is the only what I can do on some PEMF masks. I can do more or less intense.
Yeah, and you can pick and choose.
Yes, I never can pick and choose these 9 modes.
Yes.
And we also can adjust if you want red light or if we don't want.
Yes.
You can turn on and turn off red light if for some reason you are enough with red light.
Yeah.
But red light is actually pretty safe technology.
Yeah, it's good.
It cannot be too much.
But the idea is you can mix and match any of these together.
Yeah.
And so you have a lot of options based on what you're looking to try to achieve with your health.
Yeah.
And this is one of those pads where it's good for, say, for children. So if your kids are a little anxious and they can't get to sleep at night, you can put them on it and they'll relax. And even I've gotten reports from many clients that they put the pad on, they leave it on, and they walk out of the room and they come back and their dog is on it, and the dog and the cat is looking around and feeling all that comfort. So now you don't train your dog to do that, right? Okay.
Yeah, you know, like cats and dogs, they always know where
know,
is the
and-
best place, where they always know where is the best place in the room to be, because they always feel these frequencies. Yeah, and it looks sexy, I should say.
Yeah. Now it comes in two sizes. So this
So
is the one
the-
that fits on your chair and is very convenient.
Yeah.
But it also comes in a full body size, so you can put it on a treatment table. Many people, like the doctors, like that one because they don't have the patient for very long, maybe 30 minutes in their office. And so when you have full body, bigger pad, more body exposure, you get more
Yeah, I like
intervention.
you always try to bring some synergy of something like talking to doctor and sitting on a mat.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
yeah, being in a sauna and getting this additional some pads
Exactly.
and grounding mat and everything all is combined together. I really like it. Yeah, it really looks.
You like that?
Yeah, I like this very
And
much.
it's comfortable. This one is
Yeah.
brand new, so it's a little stiff, but after you use it for like a week or two, it softens up and
Okay, it becomes softer.
very comfortable. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
flexible. So you can put it on your chair, you can put it on your lounger, you can bring it to the hotel and put it on the bed and relax. You can lay on it, you can put it on your chest.
If you even doing some business or some stuff on your computer, you can be seated.
That's
on
what I
this
do.
one. Yeah.
When I'm being interviewed on podcasts or summit, I have it behind my chair and it gives me a chance to be relaxed and I am really very focused and able to communicate well.
It improves focus, ability to
Yeah, of
concentrate.
course. There's a entire whole area for neuroplasticity, improving brain function. So that's
Yeah, I
not just
know
for flexibility, but also to think better and for longevity and everything else. Put this on you, show, like a show.
Feels good.
And then,
Cool.
yeah, isn't that cool? And the red light. And then you can put it around your waist. So now I've got the vibration going on, the red light going on, and it's making me feel warm. And if you have back pain, it also has support you can see on the side. So people that lift things or have chronic back pain, it's really great for that. This is part of our new series of what we call portable performance products or devices. So this is a mitt. It has its own power source, and we are very particular about, like, we charge, our ratios are 1 to 4. So we charge for an hour and it lasts for 4 hours.
Oh yeah, it's always problem when we need to charge very often, but this lasts 4 hours.
Yes, 4 hours. And then it's got 5 different functions. So as you can see, it's kind of like a glove, and here you can see the red light, right? The red light inside. Most people, they work with their hands. If you're on a keyboard during the day, or you're cooking at home, or you're an athlete and you're using your hands all the time.
Yeah.
So basically you put your hand just inside here like that. Now, this is extra feature. If you have a challenge with your elbow or your arm, you can just open it up like this and now slide it up, and now you bring the therapy to this area here. And then when you're traveling, even on the airplane, you can continue to open it up, and now it'll lay flat on your body like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also what we introduced was streaming and pulsing frequencies. When you pulse frequency, it's an additional added stimulant, and it actually will make your body heal faster. And so I just wanted to show you that function real quickly. Okay, so you can see now that we're pulsing. So again, if you're using it for your hand, now you're pulsing frequencies. This will improve vascular flow, bring blood and oxygen healing properties, as well as it will open up all of your, and warm up your connective tissues. And so if you've got arthritis or you have challenges with pain there, it makes you feel much more comfortable. So this is our portable mitt.
It looks so nice. I like
pretty cool,
this.
right?
Yeah, it's pretty and so cool. Look. And what is the pink one?
That just shows you the batteries, how many batteries you have. And then there's actually a lock on it. You hear that beeping every time you touch it. So if you just hold the button in once, it'll lock it so that now if you're touching it, it won't move the functions around.
So here is sensitive, so you know.
Yeah, heat and touch sensitive.
Yeah, looks great.
Pretty cool, right? A TheraCap. And again, we bring the tri-light frequencies, so very important frequencies. As you can see, it's now giving us that pulsing.
Yeah, yeah.
It can improve hair growth.
Yeah. Does it help with cognition as
You
well?
can, yes.
Yes?
And it helps with your brain function.
Yeah.
So again, brain function is everything because it's giving the messages to your body to actually give you better performance if you're an athlete.
Gut-brain axis, and the body communicates with our brain all time, right?
Exactly.
Through the
And
blood, hormones.
yeah, and so as you can see, we have a Thera battery that comes with it, so you can be completely portable, walk around the house and do your work.
Let me try.
Okay, and then there's also one that an attachment that plugs directly into your household socket. So
Okay.
let me see. Wow, look at that. So here, I'm just going to place this in your pocket.
And now you can also put glove on my hand.
Yes. Oh, okay. We're going to do everything.
So,
Hold
yeah.
on to that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to hook you up. You're going to be like a
Actually,
Therasage model of all of our latest portable performances. Okay, so here it is for your hand.
Okay.
Okay, so you can feel that. And then as you can see on your shoulder, Julia, is our perfect pad. And this will go over your shoulder. It connects together. It has the tri-light bulbs inside. There's natural tourmaline that we bring in from the blue zone, so that brings negative ions and the earth energy up into your body. And then our latest addition also is this belt. It has support areas here, so if you have a back challenge, it gives you your full spectrum infrared, and as if you can hear closely, right? You feel that vibration?
Yes, it feels.
So if you've got back pain, and more than a third of the country, that's 100 million people talk about their pain with their backs. And so this is a really great solution because you can use it with vibration or without vibration, just the infrared and the warmth. It'll go up to 147 degrees Fahrenheit. So
Do we need to be naked, so it can be put on
no,
some t-shirt?
it'll go right through your clothing.
Through your clothing.
And then also you can wear it under your jacket or under your shirt. So if you have to
okay.
work or you have to be at your desk and you're in pain, nobody will ever know that you have this pad on you. So let's put this around you. You'll have a complete outfit now. Pardon my reach. Okay. And so I'm just going to come around like this, and then we put it on just like that. And so now you are like a complete Therasage model with all of our devices. What do you think of that? Everybody excited to see us at the new expo that Julia is putting on in September? It's going to be fantastic. We'll be there with all of our crew. We're here to help and educate people to understand how to use all of these hacks together separately so that they can bring and elevate your health and wellness experience.
So Therasage has a wide range of infrared light devices, and recently you introduced face mask.
Yes.
It's very convenient with straps, and you can move around with this mask. But the most unique about this mask that there is not only red and light, but also amber and purple light. And this is for a reason, because they have their own properties and they deliver something unique to the skin to make it even more glower. Like, what is the unique light? What it does?
Yeah, so these lights, when they work together, they create a more powerful effect. And so it can improve your complexion. It can improve the microcirculation of the blood under your skin. So many women that use them, they report to us that they don't need to use Botox or fillers anymore because their skin is producing collagen and more collagen. And normally we age as we get older. Our blood's ability to hold on to oxygen as well as producing collagen starts to diminish. And so any way that we can bring nature to create that natural effect of our bodies producing more collagen, increasing blood flow, is going to be not just a short-term fix, but also a long-term fix.
So like it's a boost natural collagen production.
Yes.
Like it boosts our cells to produce collagen. And what exact light does that? That's amber or purple?
It's
What?
purple.
Purple.
The purple is blue and red together.
Ah, it's like if they are combined together.
Yes, and also the red light will do that. The
Okay.
blue light is really good for adult acne or
Yeah, I
psoriasis
have heard that blue light heals acne and if any irritation on the skin.
Exactly. And this is not the same blue light that people worry about from your cell phones and things like that. This is a different wavelength. And what's interesting about energy medicine, it's almost like a radio station, which is easy for people to understand. If you have like 105, it could be rock and roll. And if you put to 105.5, it could be country rock, right? So there's only 0.5 difference, but yet there's a whole different sound, right? Light works the same way. It can only be, it's measured in nanometers, and it can only be a few nanometers away from each other. But the impact on your body is really, really strong.
Yeah.
And we have become experts over the last 25 years at studying the way that these different light and sound frequencies will affect and improve our health and well-being.
Sounds fantastic. I look forward to try all these devices, and I look forward to that our guests will try all these devices at the upcoming Ultimate Wellness Conference at Faena Forum in Miami Beach on September 26, 27, 28. Rob Besner will be there in person, and you can ask all your questions, and Rob Besner will deliver his keynote speech on Friday. Don't miss. Friday is going to be a fantastic day with fantastic program and with a VIP gala dinner. You can purchase your VIP tickets, you can purchase your guest tickets at our ultimatewellness.miami/forum, and there is special discount with promo code Therasage. So
Wow.
you can save some money on tickets if you apply promo code Therasage at the checkout.
I've prepared a very special presentation for your conference.
Yeah.
We call it the Toxic Toolkit. And it'll be the answers that you can use as early as tomorrow for yourselves and your family to be able to live in the toxic world and environment, all the best biohacks and the combinations of the biohacks to really improve your health. So don't miss this, and don't miss the conference, because it's not just me speaking and bringing my company and the various things that we make, but every single vendor is there to educate, help, and show you their technology. And what you've done is you've brought together an ensemble of the greatest biohacking.
Yeah, and
in
we
the
try
world.
to pick some unique companies, some unique products, and from different niche. So we don't have the same technologies. We have all different technologies, and many of them will be introduced for the first time. For example, we will have water machine which not only purifies water and not only infuses molecular hydrogen, which is pretty usual now, but it also infuses light.
Wow.
Yes,
Beautiful.
so like IV with light, and
Yes.
now they invented this machine, water
Fantastic.
machine with light.
I love that.
Should be interesting for you. Talking about water, I know that Therasage also has some technologies for water purification
Yes.
and restructuring.
Yes.
Beyond that, you restructure water in your cold plunge, and there is 3-time patented technology, water restructure technology inside your cold plunge, but also you have some portable device
Yes.
for at-home use. Can
Yes.
you tell me?
We call it Thera H2O.
Filter, right?
Yes, it's a filter, and as you can see from the box, it's very portable.
Yeah.
It does what a lot of filters do, meaning filters pull things out. So contaminants and heavy metals, and we don't really advertise, but we actually pull out pharmaceutical chemicals that are also in our water system. And so if you have your own filter at home,
Yeah.
you can use that filter and then take that water and put it into this one. So that will actually, the cartridges inside here will last longer if you pre-filter with your own system. So you can use this along with what you have.
But explain me, why do we need this second time purification if we already purified with that filters which is under the sink?
Okay, so
Why it's necessarily to purify it, filter it again? Why?
it's a great question.
Yeah.
And so filters by definition pull things out,
Yes.
but our filter puts things back in when it's done pulling things out. So that's what's important, because in nature, water has, comes from the top of a mountain and it trickles around earth stones, so it collects minerals and it creates energy, and it also is influenced by sunlight that structures water. And so even if you have RO or you use distilled water or you just have a carbon filter on your home, which is very good in pulling out particulates, it's not putting that bioavailability back into the water that we have in nature, and that's what we've done with this.
So it actually structures water, not
Yes.
so much filters as structures the
Correct.
water.
And it also will change the pH and bring it to slightly alkaline, usually around 7.2 to 7.4.
Yeah.
So that's this one. It's very affordable. I think it's less than $100 to buy the unit. And the cartridges will last for like 300 gallons. So that's about 2 to 3 months with an average use of water for
Do
drinking.
you suggest it's for drinking or for preparing your food?
I use it for both, actually.
You use it for both.
But you know, my wife doesn't like when I say this, but I will take this on the trip with me when we go we have to go to hotel. I'll take my filter out, I'll dry it out, I'll put my socks and my underwear inside of it so that it'll fit inside my overnight suitcase. And then when I get to the hotel room, I'll take the bottled water from the hotel room and I'll put it into this, and then I drink from that. So very easy, very affordable, and very portable, which is part of our message here at Therasage.
Part of your message of Therasage to bring it to each home. Yeah, so each family can use it.
Yes.
And structure the water.
Yeah. And we were inspired by Gerald Pollack, who wrote the book, The Fourth Phase of Water. So we met with Jerry, and he is using the same frequencies that we put in sauna, that we have in cold plunge, that we have now in our Thera H2O, which is what harnesses the sunlight to restructure the water, and that improves cellular communication, very important.
Yeah, because we are up to 60-70% water, so it's very important that which water we put inside ourselves.
Exactly. Okay, so this is what we call Thera Aroma. And basically it uses essential oils. We prefer to use organic essential oil.
And Therasage has its own
we have a
oils.
small collection, maybe 5 or 6 to choose from, because most people that use essential oils or aromatherapy, they have their own brands they like Young Living or doTERRA. And so we didn't really want to be in the essential oil business, but if you're just getting started and like the concept, then we gave you a starter kit that you can purchase. But what's important is the delivery system. So you charge it back here. You can see the size of it, right? It's like almost like a cup of coffee size. So it'll sit in your car. It'll go inside the sauna, which we developed it for.
It smells perfect.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
And then all you do is, Julia, all you do is you touch this little right button there, and it turns blue, and you can see the stream. Now, we're not using water like they use in a mister.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit more expensive than a mister, because when you take organic oil and you put it into water, it denatures the energetics part. Now, all pharmaceuticals, all medications are taken from either plants or flowers. And so when you get an organic essential oil, it's really like medicine. And you can go into an aromatherapy book, or you can read it online, what each of these things do. So when you're in sauna and you start to sweat, your skin becomes an accentuated breathing organ, so you can sweat out your poisons, but you can also breathe in through your skin
Absorb this all
of these
aroma
oils. Yeah.
Yes.
And you don't need as much.
Can you explain once again? So you said that usually other aroma devices, they use water.
Correct.
What is here?
So what you do is you take the top off, and then if you look really closely, this is a glass piece that comes out to clean. But you just put drops. You put your 10 drops of oil in here, no water.
Yes, but what it does to the oil? Like what device does to the oil? It makes it to the very small particles?
Yes, nanoparticles. And then it comes up, and you can breathe it in, you can through your nose or mouth, or you can absorb it through your skin when you're in sauna. Either way. But you don't use it as long. Like, you don't need to run this all day. You can do it just for 5 minutes to get enough of the oil inside your body to give you that special medicinal effect.
Yes, and
So,
calming
pretty
effect,
cool.
and and sometimes if you need energizing effect, and don't forget it's very good for cold, flu,
Yeah.
when you want to clean your
Or like lavender to calm you down, or
Yeah.
basil to improve mental clarity, or frankincense that's really good for all kinds of healing. So there's
Yeah.
so many things and so many great hacks to do with
Yeah,
aromatherapy.
and today you mentioned so many times that it all improves clarity, ability to concentrate. The more I think about this energy healing and frequency and infrared therapy, the more I understand we don't need coffee. Yeah,
True.
because we can modify our state of mind with technology. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, very
Yeah.
well said.